Now let us see what are the powers for adjudicating authority regarding summons, production of documents and evidences. The basic power is discovery and inspection. Adjudicating authority can enforce the attendance of any person, including officer of a banking company or financial institution or a company. Don't think that there is post office word is not mentioned here. Financial institution definition includes Department of Post India. Let me show it in the next slide. Adjudicating authority can compel the production of records and receiving evidence on affidavit. Adjudicating authority can issue commissions for examination of witness and documents. Now let me show what is the definition of financial institution under section 2(1) of L. As defined in clause C of section 45 of Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 and includes a chit fund company, housing finance institution, an authorized person, a payment system operator, a non-banking financial company and the Department of Post in Government of India. So we are also bound by PMLA Act. Obligation of banks, financial institutions and intermediaries. According to this act, what is the obligation for banks and financial institutions? Let us discuss. The primary obligation is to keep record of all transactions, nature, value, date, parties to the transaction. Don't worry, we have the Finacle software. It's a very good software and this will take care of keeping of records for all transactions, digital records for all transactions. But we have to preserve the physical records with us. Verify the identity of clients and maintain records containing the identity of clients. This is regarding CIF, Customer Information File. So we have to identify the client with proper records before accepting them as a customer. And we have to maintain records containing the identity of the clients. Identify the beneficial owner. We should be in a position to identify the beneficial owner. And we have to maintain the records for minimum 5 years from the date of transaction. And we have to furnish the information to the director FIU. FIU means Financial Intelligence Unit India in the prescribed pro forma and within the prescribed time limit. That we will discuss later. What is the time limit? What are the reports to be submitted? That we will discuss later. Cash and suspicious transactions above 10 lakhs are to be reported to Director FIU, Financial Institution Units India. So all cash transaction exceeding 10 lakhs, that is whether it is deposit or withdrawal above 10 lakhs, that should be reported to FIU. And suspicious transactions. For suspicious transaction there is no limit, but you have to report the suspicious transactions to Director FIU. And also we have to report any attempt made by any person and which you feel suspicious, that also you have to report. Not only the transaction which happens you should report, but also any suspicious transaction, any attempt to make any suspicious transaction, you should report to FIU. So these are the obligations of banks and financial institutions under PMLA Act. Finally, confidentiality of the customer is to be maintained. If you are reporting any transaction to FIU, you should be very careful. You should not tip off the information to the customer that they are being monitored. Also, you should not furnish the information to any other person regarding the customer. So, perfect confidentiality of the customer is to be maintained. So, these are the obligations for bank and financial institutions. Next is Furnishing Information, section 13. Banks and financial institutions and intermediaries has to give information within the prescribed time. Failure to maintain records or furnish information to Director FIU will invite a fine for each failure, minimum rupees 10,000 and maximum rupees 1 lakh. Please note, for each failure, minimum rupees 10,000 and maximum rupees